of all I'm going through, I'm still here. Nobody's gonna. And you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries. We'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and
You're meeting us outside today. Yes, it's a special broadcast. So, it's wonderful. And Coralie needs to be on a mic. A mic.
Good morning. It's Wellness Wednesday. It's Workday Wednesday. We are on site at the Manna Foundation, where the Ebenezer Church is having their first session, work day actually, where they are preparing to build themselves a structure unto the Lord. And we took the opportunity to meet with the team. And so we were told it is an 8-part functional facility. So it has 8 functions. And so I will certainly leave it to the interview to share the details of it. But it is exciting. If you are in the area, if you are available, come on down to participate, to encourage the team, because ultimately it is to the honor and glory of God.
All right. What a morning it has been so far. And as we traverse the busy roadway, because we know that today is a public holiday right here in the Cayman Islands, but we are not on the beach somewhere. I know, and we are not chilling. We are working, and we are working for a good cause, and we are aware that it is Wellness Wednesday. And what a better way to stay well than to be active and active in doing something for the Lord, doing something good. So I want to say good morning to our listeners tuned in, not only here in the Cayman Islands, and you're from Ebenezer Seventh-day Adventist Church, you're from Cayman, US, UK, Canada, if you're on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're joining us from, welcome to this special episode of The Breakfast Hour.
Absolutely.
Well, of course, excited as you are, I'm stuck in studio, and of course, I'm not able to be out here with you. And so, a little jealousy is coming across here, guys. If you see it on my face, I am, yeah. Anyways, guys.
Corey, we have you, packed, Michael. We have you cornered in the sense that we're here, and I know that in spirit you are as well, because your heart is with us. And just as our online friends are interested, we would have gone and taken or captured moments that we will share with you in short order. So don't be too jealous. We're here representing all of you who are unable to be here. And we will soon be donning our gloves or masks because the poverty is, again, it's really about giving thanks.
Warm. Well,
The the team
what
way.
Corey Curran just explained a while ago was she's going to eat the food and I'm going to swallow.
But there's a lot, so much more happening today on the breakfast hour. And of course, Dr. K would have started a conversation with us speaking about our livers. Livers help you to live. And so, she is ready again to present to us today. So while we are active, we are also taking care of our health. Now, Dr. K, if you have not heard her before, she's always bringing relevant information. She has a wide array of experience in the field of medicine. Yeah, she studied and she is a practicing physician, or practicing, meaning that she's not practicing to be a physician. She is actively working. So, of course, she's ready to join us. And of course, after we hear from our sponsors, then we will hear from Dr. K.
Of course, Wellness Wednesday right here on Flashpoint. Of course, you're locked into the right station, the right place, and of course, the right time. We are just highlighting a few things from a new foundation, a new building for the Ebenezer Church this morning, and we're taking this one special. It's a serious matter, guys. Of course, when we come back, we'll tell you more.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Welcome back to the breakfast hour. Yeah, my mic was off. Yes, my mic was off. All right, so we're busy talking in the background here. I'm trying to coordinate this morning's episode. Guys, it is a little tricky sometimes when you're doing the outside broadcast, but guess what? Our capable and able broadcasters are on location this morning for you and with you. Of course, Dr. K is ready to come on. Of course, over to Lady Curly and, of course, Lady Elise.
Absolutely. So as mentioned before, it's coordinating the working and the physical work with wellness, because we need to be active to show that we're alive.
Yes.
And as we continue to focus on the liver and having a healthy liver, it is our capable Dr. K who will take us through another interesting, and I am absolutely sure it will be filled with information and new information too, so that you are encouraged to listen, but not just listen, but practice.
Yes, take a little bit for yourself. It's a breakfast hour, guys, and indeed, it's buffet style. Take what you want from the table this morning. It's all about you. Of course, joining us this morning, Dr. K. All right, well, it's Wednesday, guys, and we are here. Dr. K, good morning to you this morning. How are you?
Good morning, Lady Elise. Good morning, Maggie G. Good morning, Coralie Karen. How are you today?
We are ready to have our livers checked. We had a few questions though. I had a question about the liver flush. Persons are doing what is called a liver flush these days. So just putting out there when you're presenting, I
Okay.
don't know forget.
So we talked about our liver last week, and we talked about a few things. But to recap, our liver is a very important organ. It's so important because it's the organ where we basically metabolize a lot of our nutrients in our body, and the liver, basically all the blood that leaves from the stomach goes to the liver to get cleaned up. So we tend to detoxify our body, or the liver does that process. So when we ingest stuff, food, drugs, whatever it is, it goes into the liver and it gets cleaned up. So we detoxify, we take it out of the circulation. So the liver is responsible for a lot of stuff. It produces bile, as I said, that is important in digestion. It stores your fats on your glucose, okay? And that is why it's so important for us to maintain a healthy liver. The good thing about the liver is that the liver can regenerate itself, the liver can regenerate. So if the liver is not completely damaged, it can repair itself, okay? And that's the difference with a lot of organs can repair itself, but the liver is one of those organs that can really, even if you have a significant damage to the liver, it can repair itself. I compared it to a lizard's tail last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it actually can regenerate itself if it's not severely damaged.
Right.
So it's good for us to protect our liver. We talked about, you were talking about liver flush, and there's a whole lot of stuff on how to detox your liver, how to flush your liver. And the truth is that we're fearfully and wonderfully made, and we, based on our lifestyle, we can detoxify and flush our liver. So there's stuff that they can use, because there are lots of drugs that they're having out there to say, oh, you can just detox your liver and you get weight loss and all of that, get rid of the fats and get rid of everything. And this is not necessarily true. And I'll say it's not necessarily true with a disclaimer sign, because everything that you do takes time. There's no, or if you
Quick
take this for
fix.
2 days, 24 hours,
No
48
quick
hours
fix to
a
the
week,
problem.
or you're going to have, yeah, it thinks that you can fix everything, and not all diseases of the liver can be fixed with a flush.
So is
So
it,
there's some things that we can.
sorry, my question then, Dr. K, is it, it sounds to me that you're saying the quick fix is not recommended and that we should allow the body to flush itself. Is that correct?
Correct, but there are some things that you can use. There are a number of herbal stuff that you can use that can help. For example, milk thistle,
Milk thistle,
which is
yes.
a can
Yes.
act. It has products that can actually to help with the repair of the liver, because that's what you're doing when you're flushing your liver, you're detoxifying your liver, you're repairing your liver, because you're taking stuff in to damage your liver. Remember, I said things like obesity. What it does, what the fats do, is that it causes your liver to swell, and the inflammation is what is going to damage the intrinsic property of the liver and lead to liver death.
Oh.
So that's why you get the hepatitis and then the cirrhosis and the death of the liver. Things like drugs that you take in can damage your liver. Even people who have high triglycerides and high cholesterol, they put them on a statin. But over time, what does your doctor do? Check your liver function,
Mm.
because the adverse effect is that it can damage your liver. So you check your liver function to make sure that there's no adverse effect on your liver. And there are lots of drugs that we take in our system that can actually damage our liver over time. And that is why it behoves us to get our regular checkup once a year, just to check to make sure that our bodily function is fine. You check the two organs that you need to check a lot. You need to check your liver and you need to check your kidneys. And these are blood tests that you can use on a regular basis, just a simple lab, just a simple blood test, and you can check your liver. The thing about it is that there's also turmeric. Turmeric is another stuff that has properties that can help with repairing your liver. And then the regular thing, adequate sleep. Remember that when we sleep, we repair ourselves, and the liver is one of them.
A quick question.
Exercise.
Hey, sorry. You mentioned last time jaundice. Is it,
Mhm.
is that, well, you said it's an indication that the liver is malfunction. Jaundice is only linked to the liver. So if I have jaundice, is
Not
that
no, so it's not only linked to the liver. So let me tell you. Okay, so remember, um, jaundice is or the bilirubin is a breakdown product of heme and globin. So
okay?
hemoglobin is the red blood cell. Sorry,
Okay.
hemoglobin is a product of what is carried in the red blood cell. That's what make you anemic or not anemic. So we do our hemoglobin. So we check to see what is your hemoglobin count. So that is what is carried around. So heme is iron, globin is the protein. So iron goes around your body so that you can get nutrients. The oxygen can be carried around. So your hemoglobin takes your oxygen around. Now, if you're anemic, then your hemoglobin levels are low. But every 120 days, our red blood cells live for 120 days, correct? And every 120 days, hemoglobin is broken down. So the red blood cells die, and heme is released and globin is released. So what happens? A byproduct of heme is going to be bilirubin. So if you're breaking up your red blood cells, for example, people with sickle cell disease, where the red blood cells are going into the cells and the red blood cells are breaking up because the red blood cells is unable, sorry, the vessels aren't able to move them properly. The red blood cells become broken up. Heme is released. So because there's a lot of hemoglobin being released, more than the liver can manage, you can get jaundice. In
Mm,
babies who are born, the liver is not well developed.
okay.
So these children are more likely to get jaundice. So there are other things that can cause jaundice too. For example, you have congenital diseases that can go and cause jaundice. But anytime you have build-up of bilirubin in the system, you get jaundice. So if the liver is not working, because the liver is the one who's going to take the bilirubin out of the system, brings it to the intestine, bring it to the urine, and that's how we excrete it. So if there's a build-up of bilirubin, the liver is going to take it, send it into the stool, we're going to excrete it that way, and send it into the urine, and we're going to excrete it that way. But if the liver is not working, then bilirubin is going to build up in the liver. So anything that they deals with blood, whenever time, so it can be blood transfusion, it can cause it to have bilirubin. It can be things like G6PD deficiency. That is when the red blood cells, the membrane of the red blood cells, is not has a deficiency of a enzyme called G6PD, glucose 6 phosphodehydrogenase. So what happens is that these people are born with that deficiency. So if they're exposed to, like, for example, camphor balls, it breaks up their red blood cells,
Dr. K,
and
this
they
is it.
have to
Go
and
ahead.
they have to get a blood transfusion. Just by exposing to camphor balls, their red blood cells start breaking up, and the bilirubin increase in more than the liver can deal with it. So they become jaundiced, and eventually they have to sometimes have to get exchange transfusion. You have to take that blood out and put new blood in. Same thing happens with sickle cell patients. Because your red blood cells are breaking up because you have an infection or something happens, you get jaundice, and they have to take out that blood and put in new blood because of the jaundice. Because remember, the difference with bilirubin is that when it goes to the brain, it can cause a problem. That's where you get the hepatic encephalopathy. You get the patients not being able to be confused, and they can go into a comatose state because of the increased bilirubin, because it's not good for the brain. So that's not good for the brain. So that's why jaundice is so important, and our liver is so important, because our liver is responsible for getting rid of these. And it's not, and we can't say bilirubin is a toxin, because bilirubin is a natural byproduct of our cells, but the body is supposed to get rid of it, get it out of the system. Too much can cause damage to us. And that is one of the things, that is one of the heralding signs that something is wrong. Because it's not the liver it is produced from, it's that the liver cannot get it out because the liver is not working properly.
My addition to this statement or this conversation right here, I can't speak much more on it, apart from saying this is why we go to our doctors, because all of that hurt my head, and I'm already feeling.
We did say she comes with a will.
All of that hurt my head, and so I go to the doctor to get this done. I don't want to study this. I want the doctor to tell me what's to do with me. Just prescribe. Just give me, help me, please. Because no, to listen to all of that intricate, and of course, all of that going on for me, for the doctors to know these things to help me. I'm already exhausted. What about the doctors? You have to study all of these things, and it is something to think about. Just listen to the conversation just now.
What I'm getting from it is exactly that. We ought to go to our doctor. So the science behind it, she is able to use that to diagnose us properly, and more importantly, to help us with the treatment that is required. And so the quick fix is not recommended. So we ought to therefore be guided by the authority.
So
This is
whosa?
science. So yes,
The
so let's
whosa?
say
The
there are
whosa?
a
No,
number of things that
whosa?
they remove. There are a number of things that are used. There are herbal products that are used. And we have to understand that the herbal products are, it's not that it's going to cause a fix immediately, but it will help with the inflammation. So what we want to do, what damages the liver, as I say to you, is the inflammation in the liver. It causes scar tissue, and the scar tissue is what causes permanent damage to the liver. Okay, so what you want to do in any case, you want to decrease inflammation in your body. How do you decrease inflammation in your body?
Oh, that's a question. No,
There are
Dr. King.
reasons that cause.
That's
Yeah,
the
so
question. That's the
how you
question.
decrease inflammation?
Hmm.
Your diet.
What we eat, yes.
What you eat. So you're saying that there's a fix offered. There's a quick fix offered that didn't include some time to tell the person that, if you change your diet, you might not need these things, but you're offered some solutions that if the diet
And
change
true,
was
eating a diet with healthy green leafy vegetables, grains, legumes actually help inflammation in your body and decreases the possibility of liver damage. Now, rest is very important. As I said to you, when you rest, your cells are being repaired. So when you sleep, those people who are getting 3 to 4 hours sleep per night, that is not good, because you're not getting enough time to repair your cells, and your liver is one of them. Exercise, drinking your water, these are important things that you need to do in order. And then you have supplements that you can take. As I say, look at your supplements, those that have products that can help with liver. I gave you two. I gave you turmeric. Everybody knows turmeric is good for inflammation. So you can take your turmeric, you can take your ginger, you can take, and one of the things that's pertinent to the liver is milk thistle, because it really helps it. The science have shown that there are some beneficial effects of it. So there are a number of other things that you can use, but you have to weigh the risk and see what it is. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to take this and I'm going to get cure of my liver. That's not true. The thing about it is that liver disease, depending on how extensive it is, sometimes is not curable.
Wow.
Wow. Irreversible
But
situation for some
even
persons.
even even obesity and even fatty liver, if you exercise and decrease your fats, you can reverse the disease.
Yeah.
Significant reversal of
So
the
we are talking about
disease.
those 4 laws of health that was prescribed earlier on in the day. Of course, 160 years ago, there's a certain set of persons who got this information. At least that time. Let's put it to 150. Take away 10 years just for the fact that it happened. And that some context was put into this thing. And here we are today having the same conversation 160 years later. 4 laws of health. That is important. Taking care of ourselves, exercise, fresh air, and sunlight, and of course, good diet. Yeah. I think we are at the right place, Dr. K, with our information this morning. I see Lady Elise and Freddie Curran, we are just, they are thinking, oh, did I destroy my liver yet? I know this is a question.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing with Dr. K is that she not just tells us what the diagnosis is, but she gives us information as to how to prevent and how to treat. But ultimately, we need to visit our doctors at least once a year to know what's going on with us. And that's the encouragement to our viewers and our listeners. The doctors would have gone to school, they would have amassed a wealth of knowledge, and what they're here for is to unleash it on us in such a way that we can work together in the interest of maintaining good health. Dr. K, as always, thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule, for sharing with us, and for continuing to tolerate Mikey G.
Yeah,
Right.
just know. Yes. Go ahead, Dr. K.
So in effect, when we're younger, as I say, liver disease can occur at any stage. Okay, but it's more common in older persons and people who abuse their liver, drink alcohol, not taking care of themselves. But remember, things like jaundice can occur. It's not something that is basically because you're damaging your liver. There are congenital disorder that can cause jaundice. There are people who are born with certain things. I mean, nobody tells if you're born with G6PD deficiency. And I'm not sure if you've heard about that before, but it's a condition in children. G6PD deficiency. I know quite a few people who had it and just being exposed to camphor balls, that thing that people have in the older people used to have it in their drawer to make it smell good.
Yes,
Just being exposed to camphor balls is a harmful thing in these children.
so do
And
we
there are other things like
tested, Dr. K? Is it now that we know? How do is it that we can initiate the question as it relates to our children?
initiate how you mean with the doctor?
Yes, because you're saying that sometimes people don't know that they have it. So is it now that we know that it is out there?
Well, people who don't know that they have it will know that they have it because
Okay.
their children will be jaundiced and they will do the test on the child to find out what is the cause of the jaundice.
Wow.
So, for example, you have a child who eventually is jaundice. So, jaundice can occur. It's a common thing in children, very common thing. And as I said before, it's because the liver is not well developed. And can I tell you that increased level of jaundice can cause the child to have what's the disease again? It slips me. Um, Cerebral palsy.
Oh, whoa, really?
So you have a normal baby, normal child. Baby's fine, came out normal. No oxygen deprivation during the delivery, but because of the increased level of bilirubin, the jaundice, it goes to the brain and damage the baby's brain.
Whoa. Didn't
And
know
that
that.
is why, when I'm telling you, that's why when you go to you have a baby, and the doctor see that the child is jaundice, they will, even if you're discharged, they'll say, come in, let me get the baby get the blood stick
Uh-huh.
to check the jaundice level. And if it is too high, then they're going to keep that child. And if it is not too high, they're going to say, Mommy, make sure you sun the baby, make sure you feed the child, because we want the jaundice level to go down. And if the level is going down, then they'll say, okay, no problem. But if the levels of the bilirubin is creeping up and going up and going up, they're going to admit that baby to try to get that level down, because if it is at a dangerous level, it can actually damage the baby's brain, because the liver cannot clear it from the body, because the liver is not developed well enough to clear this out of the system. So,
So
I mean, the body, as I say to you,
Dr. K, because I know that certainly when I had my son and the baby was jaundiced, the mother, well, my mom's instruction was just on the baby. But what I hear you saying is that it's not sufficient for us to take the regular remedy or the grandmother's remedy. It is
well, well, well,
to be tested
well,
for
you
the
see,
test.
right, but you see, your grandmother will look at the baby and say, this is mild jaundice just by looking at the child. But
Okay,
if she see the child yellow, 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 she'll say, take this child to the hospital. Your
got you.
grandmother will just look at the baby and say, oh yeah, this is mild, because you can see just mild yellowing of the child, especially the child is a clearer child.
Okay.
But when she look at the eye, you see the eye looking yellow and the baby looking yellower, more yellow,
You have
then
to, you have to,
she's gonna say, take that child to the hospital right now, because the mothers, they have experience. They know when it's just mild jaundice and when it is a severe case of jaundice.
yeah, this is what I chime in and say right here, If, you have to wonder at that point, currently, Karen, if it's yellow man's child.
Dr. K,
I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't let that, I couldn't let that one go. I don't know if yellow man has anything to do with it, but anyways, guys.
It's very important that we realize that our liver is so important.
yes.
Yes. We don't normally talk about our liver. We people do colon detox and detox our intestines,
Yes.
but we need to realize that our lifestyle and what we put in our liver is so important. The thing about it, there are times when the liver is so gone that you need a liver transplant.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we all have one. We all have one, so somebody will have to take a piece of wherever.
I'll have to borrow a piece from Curly Karen. If I know who to borrow from her.
Yeah, but the good thing is that you have people who are dead donors who can give liver to persons, but the fact is
No,
that
there's an option. There's an option. I just ask help now. Since I know that Curly Karen is willing, and she, yeah, anyways.
Dr. K, I want
you have made something. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I want to offer my liver to my kitchen.
No, I would say, I'm wondering, if supposed to mix up the livers, Dr. K, a male giver, it doesn't matter if a female give a man the liver, it doesn't matter.
On that note, I want to say thank you, Dr. K. I just want to remind the listeners that you're, of course, tuned into the breakfast hour. It's Wellness Wednesday, and we have gone out of studio. You notice our surrounding is a little bit different.
They're stuck in their cars. Guys, they're stuck in their cars. They can't come out. The sun is hot. They're in an open field, and they can't come out the car right now, and that's it. They're broadcasting from their vehicle. That's it.
Yes, we are broadcasting from the Manna Foundation, a groundbreaking.
Sorry, from the vehicle located at the Manna Foundation. I wanted to Dr. K made everything perfect. And you see when she's talking, she just make sure she goes back and take it from where it's supposed to be, and then show you where it comes from and everything. I want to line it up properly. From the Manna Foundation, and they're in the car. All right, Dr. K, I want to thank you this morning for coming on and, of course, giving us a wealth of information. I'm just saying, pinning that child on the line, I don't know. Pinning...
What?
Son in the child. Son in the child.
Bye. Have a good day now. Thank you.
I know Dr. K did not say you must pin your child on the line to son it. Like the crows. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying son the child. Dr. K, thank you very much this morning. Lady Curly, I'm going to let you just say what you have to say. I'm done.
Dr. K, did I say you tolerate Mikey G? We'll off to you because the interpretation with only Mikey G. But thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you so very much for, again, sharing with us information. As you rightly said, a lot of people do not take notice of their livers.
Yeah.
And so it is incumbent on us, certainly having been given this knowledge, to not let it stay here, but to use it. Use your turmeric, their milk
Thistle.
Milk thistle.
Yes.
I'm going to acquaint myself with that.
I already take the thistle. I take the thistle with NAC.
And your ginger, because it is important for us to have and maintain a healthy liver. Thank you, Dr. K. As always, we appreciate you and look forward to another topic next week when you will share with us again.
Okay, not a problem. Take care. Have a good day now.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Of course, welcome back. Of course, Lady Karen and Lady Elise is on site at the Manna Foundation. They decided to get out the car this morning and, of course, show you a little bit around.
Yes, I'm going to show you actually what's happening. We are not just here for our beautiful appearance. Yes, and we are representing Rating R. So we have to show you, of course, what's happening right here. It's called what's the drive?
Oh,
I'm going to tell you where we are located, but
Kingsburg. It's called Kingsburg Drive.
Kingsburg Drive.
Yes.
Right, 140 Kingsburg Drive, which is where the Manna Foundation is located. A lot of work is happening in the background, and certainly we are ready to share with you as we caught up with the members of the Ebenezer family right here in Georgetown, Cayman Islands.
But Lady Elise and Mikey G, I also saw persons from other churches, and so what it means is that the support, the brotherhood, the family is very much evident here, because persons from other churches are also joining in and supporting the groundbreaking, the clearing of the area, so that we can start putting metal to the wheel, right?
Yes.
So that things can start happening. It is God's temple. It is God's building. And so, as he said, let us then let them build me a sanctuary that I may dwell. And so we are here putting it into practice. Ebenezer has finally purchased their own property, and this is the start. There's a long way to go. With your help, it can happen, and we're here to make sure that you're aware of what's going on.
If I get it right, it's 15 years that Ebenezer has been a church, organized as a church, and actually without a building. And as we normally say in our Jamaican vernacular, bouncing around all over until now we find a home. And this is a very important thing, to see struggles and to have objectives and goals. Don't worry about the struggles that you may find yourself going through. You will come through them if you stick to it and continue down the same path. It is a necessary evil that we must endure until the end. We will succeed if we only live. It says, winners never quit, and quitters never wins. And I tell you, guys, this is what tenacity, as this word borrowed from the ladies this morning, you must have if you want to achieve the objectives that you set out to achieve. This morning is no different. The Ebenezer SDA Church has shown everyone in the Grand Cayman Islands and the rest of the world, and Flashpoint is here to highlight this very important milestone in this event of the life of this church this morning.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Let's hear from the team right here.
All right.
This is our groundbreaking spot, and today is day number 1. If you look around, we have persons who are cutting down trees, we're clearing the property, we're getting ready to build a beautiful house for the Lord. But not only that, manna that fell from heaven and it fed the Israelites. So this is the Manna Foundation where the entire Cayman Islands will definitely benefit. We're planning to have a food pantry, a place where you can come and collect clothes for free, a place where you can bring your kids to get their homework done, a place where you can get your CXC exams done, studies done, and also a play area where children can come and enjoy themselves after school. It will also be a place for free medical advice, free legal advice, etc. We know that we are led by the Lord, and this will be a blessing not just for us, but for the entire Cayman Islands now and for future generations. So, you might be wondering, how can I benefit? How can I help? I may not be able to come down and lift up a block, but I can assist financially. Well, you will be getting the account number. We have a US account number for those persons overseas that they want to contribute, and we have a Cayman Islands account number for those locally. Whatever you have, we welcome your gifts, your offering, as we work together, as we pull together to build this beautiful Manna Foundation for the praise, honor, and glory of our Heavenly King. God bless you and keep you, and we look forward to the day when we consecrate this place to the Heavenly Father. Until then, blessings from the Lord.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, this is our major community project, the Manna Center, in which we hope at the end of it to provide 8 different services to the community. After school care, CXC classes, soup kitchen, and skills training center, along with an area where young people can come in the afternoon and have sports. And of course, we'll have a section for our worship, Ebenezer Worship Center. So it is a 8-part community ministry that we're trying to build here from scratch. So all your support is needed. If you have cash, we'll be happy. If you don't have cash and you can give us some of your hours, we'll be grateful. Thank you so much. We need everyone.
right, that was a lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm just amazed at all of that, Lady Elise and Cody Karen this morning. I tell you, man, that is a beautiful sight to see. Yeah.
Working
So
all together, hands and heart.
yes, and so you know the drive. You know, as Pastor O'Connor said, if you don't have cash and you have your time, you can donate some time. Come on down. The work is still in progress. So if you're listening from the Cayman Islands, of course, we are at 140 Kingbird Drive. Come, let's join hands and hearts together as we work for the Master. Certainly, it was refreshing.
Yeah, well, just to think about it, this is how Flashpoint can help. We are helping now by telling everybody the story that's happening right now.
And again, it's being a part of the start of something that is going to be beautiful. Because, once God's hand is in it, then it is guaranteed, and I believe the team is really rejoicing. There were many obstacles throughout the way or along the way. And here it is. Now they're at a point where they're preparing to construct. I can only imagine how elated the team is that it is coming to fruition. It is happening right now, right here. And if you want to be a part of this great event, please come on down, share with us. And I'm sure that as this is the first day,
Yes.
there are going to be many other occasions that you can certainly participate in supporting this mission of building an edifice to the honor and glory of God.
Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. Today is a historical day for the Ebenezer SDA Church. For over 15 years,
Yes.
been seeking a home, been basically kicked out of several places, or at some point, I'm going to use these words, sometimes looked as if you are not supposed to be here and not wanted to be here. And you have to be shifting location because you have to be adjusting yourself. I'd say for the persons or for the body who stood up and steer these very difficult moments in his face and to arrive here this morning, round of applause.
Absolutely, absolutely. As you mentioned,
Round of applause.
patience, Mikey P, you mentioned the word. 15 years is a long time
It's a long time. It's a long time.
It's one of the basic. Food, shelter, and clothing. Your shelter is important. And to see that it is coming to the fore now, it certainly warrants those persons who would have endured all the onslaughts and the assaults that you would have mentioned, that it didn't deter the team.
No, it did not.
They knew, they had a vision.
A vision and a goal.
What's going to happen if we pull together as a community, as a body of believers, exercising our faith. And believe me, I have observed the manifestation of faith in this project.
Yes, certainly. And I didn't catch Sister O'Connor on camera, but she was there.
Yes.
And she is here. And I'm telling you, she is not just standing by. She has her gloves on, and she's at her boots, and she's
So she's assisting the shepherd while he shepherd the flock. I did not see Sister Sharon in your video. But I want to say a big shout out to Sister Sharon Thompson this morning when she said, Mikey G, we are praying for the Manna Foundation and I want you to put it on Flashpoint. And we went out and we started doing our own bit of advertisement and of course try to help in that direction. Of course, I'm a part of the membership of the Ebenezer Church as well for many years, at least for almost 10 years up to 15, I think. Yeah, I got in there a little bit late. But when we look at it, we say, God, really appreciate the sticking to activity that took place. And this lady I want to say a big shout out to Sister Sharon Thompson this morning as one of the many persons who, through prayer,
Yes.
yeah. So I just want to highlight her this morning. I didn't see her on the camera. I saw everybody. I saw Sasha on the camera. I saw our good friend, on many of our good friends on the camera this morning. But of course, I didn't see Sister Sharon Thompson. But I know if she's not in there in person yet, she will be there shortly, right?
Well, they also the hospitality team, so they are making sure that those who are
The
there,
physical.
that they're taking care. So she could very well have been a part of that team because I know that they were enlisting support from all different facets, including hospitality. And as you know, she would have been one of the key persons along with Sister Angela in that regard.
Sister
So
Angela Maduri. Wow, what a name! Listen,
time would out.
I don't want to start calling names, because I know I didn't see Aaron Maduri there, better Aaron Maduri there yet. But let me tell you something. These are pillars. Sister Marva, I saw her on the camera. These are pillars of the Ebenezer strength.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't see Elder Duncan there earlier. But he's there somewhere. He's there somewhere in the background. Strong leadership, strong persons who over the years were there in the mix of things, but in the mud.
Yeah.
Well, certainly, Cordy, Karen, we should have captured. We are still, I just want to remind our listeners and viewers that we are still on site right here at Kingbird Drive.
In the car now, in the car, where the AC is on and it's not so hot outside.
You have to, anyway. But
Maggie, where are you?
I'm in the studio with Schooner. Alright guys, I have to be in the studio to make sure that the broadcast takes place. Come on. So let's say what Michael G is doing. Michael G is engineer this morning for the show, and is producing. So that's what's up.
A lot for him to take on, and so here we are.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating in studio.
But certainly we want to share with our listeners. This is a special episode of the Breakfast Hour. Just to
Extended version, right?
Extended version. If you are joining us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or whichever social media platform, I'm sure that you have gotten a blessing this morning. We heard from Dr. K as she reminded us that we ought to take care of our livers. And of course, we also are at the Manna Foundation on site right here at the groundbreaking. I'm telling you, all hands on deck. We saw persons from different churches here assisting men, women, everybody, hands on deck, heavy equipment, chainsaws.
Well, you know what? I just remember one name I didn't call this morning. I just said chainsaw a while ago. I'm gonna say this elder of the Ebenezer Church. We want to give him, when the Manna Foundation is open, we need to put on his a star of one of those medals. What they give the army, those purple hearts or stuff like that. Those Elder Renda and Timothy.
We were supposed to speak to him, and
Elder Renda and Timothy.
I'm gonna say to you, if when you go back to the news, if we have a chance to catch up with
please, if you can catch up with him, do that, and then when we're coming back, we could. So we go to the news, and of course
we couldn't hold him. He was busy.
He was busy. But let me tell you something. Elder Renda and Timothy, as under his leadership, through difficult time, COVID-19, church situations on top of situations, I will tell you that this gentleman, without even a pastor at one point, without even a spiritual leader for the church, he was that person for the Ebenezer family. And I'm going to put that down there today, and I'm marking it today that I want to make sure that I put it in record this morning to not allow anyone to forget his contribution to today being a reality.
We are going to be deliberate
Yes.
now in trying to reach out to him. If not, we get two of us here, so we'll work it out. So once you go for news, then we will see
Alright.
what we. Yes.
So we take a break. We come back after the news, guys. Of course, this segment of the breakfast hour is brought to us by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs, right here in the Grand Cayman Islands. First, thank you, Lady Curly, Karen, and Lady Elise for doing this wonderful job you're doing this morning. Exciting times. All right.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 5th of March, and these are the news headlines on Flashpoint Radio. I'm Corley Karen. Traffic survey. Most parents support school bus services. A recent survey by the Ministry of Transport has revealed that nearly 3/4 of parents in the Cayman Islands support the provision of school bus services. However, despite this overwhelming support, 94% of parents surveyed indicated that their children do not currently use school buses. The survey conducted in September and receiving 791 responses from parents, primarily of private school students, sought to understand how school traffic contributes to congestion and potential solutions to ease the road strain. While 40% of parents believe school bus use should be mandatory, 60% are opposed to such a measure. The Ministry of Transport is now evaluating solutions, including enhancing bus services, piloting staggered school schedules, and exploring alternative commuting options. New aquatic center could help find the next Jordan Crooks. Cayman's aquatic sports community is celebrating the long-awaited development of a new aquatics center, which is expected to be completed by the end of 2025. According to Steve Broadbelt, president of the Cayman Islands Aquatic Sports Association, the new 50-meter pool will solve a major issue by increasing lane space for competitive swimmers, while also making aquatic sports more accessible to Caymanians. The center is being hailed as an all-encompassing project that will nurture young talent, potentially paving the way for future swimming champions like Jordan Crooks. Fresh appeal on stadium mass shooting as first anniversary passes. 1 year after a mass shooting at a football match at Ed Bush Stadium in West Bay left 7 persons injured, police have issued a fresh appeal for information. Acting Detective Superintendent Dave Morrison confirmed that no new witnesses have come forward and no additional suspects have been arrested. Despite extensive investigation efforts, Authorities are still seeking information that could advance the case. The police continue to urge members of the public to assist in bringing those responsible to justice. And in regional news, U.S. Embassy clarifies death of Jamaican national amid speculation. The U.S. Embassy in Kingston has issued a statement refuting speculation surrounding the sudden death of a Jamaican national at the embassy on Monday. According to the embassy, the individual suffered a medical emergency upon arrival before the purpose of their visit was addressed. Despite receiving immediate medical attention, the person tragically passed away. The embassy extended condolences to the family and friends of the deceased, but stated that no further details would be released out of respect for privacy. Digicel Flow condemned deliberate fiber cable vandalism. Jamaica's two major telecommunications providers, Digicel and Flow, have condemned the recent vandalism of fiber cables that disrupted services for thousands of customers nationwide. The cables were intentionally cut in the early hours of March 4, 2024, impacting both residential and business customers. Both companies have since restored service and are calling for public support to prevent further acts of sabotage, warning that such actions not only disrupt communications but also hinder the nation's economic productivity and security. Emmeline Pierre officially appointed Grenada's opposition leader. Emmeline Pierre has been formally appointed as the leader of the opposition in Grenada, succeeding Dr. Keith Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell had served in the role since the new National Party's defeat in the 2022 general election, where they lost to the National Democratic Congress with a 96 margin. Pierre's appointment is historic, as she becomes only the second female opposition leader in Grenada's history, following in the footsteps of Winifred Stratton, who held the position between 1991 and 1995. In Bermuda, more sports heroes celebrated in collectible card series. The Bermuda Police Service has released the latest set of Legends and Superstars sports cards featuring 5 more of the island's top athletes. Among those highlighted in the latest release are football legend Clyde Best, diving icon Katura Horton Pennychief, and track star Dej Minors. The collectible card series, a partnership with the Hamilton Princess and Beach Club, aims to celebrate Bermuda's sporting history while fostering positive engagement between youth and police officers. And over in Dominican Republic, over 1.2 million pounds of cocaine seized, 2 arrested. Authorities in the Dominican Republic have seized more than 1.2 million pounds of cocaine in a major drug operation along the coast of Pedernales province. The joint effort involving the National Directorate of Drug Control, the Navy, and the Air Force resulted in the capture of 2 Dominican nationals who were found aboard a speedboat near Beata Island with the illicit cargo. The suspects remain in custody as the investigation continues. Those were the news headlines on Flashpoint Radio. Please continue to stay tuned throughout the rest of the day.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it comes, it shake all sense and sensibility out of way. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't go to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care of yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drops and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
Live.
Welcome back, guys.
We're live on location at the Manna Foundation. It is their first day of groundbreaking, and they've been out. The team has been out from early this morning, taking advantage of it being a holiday, and they have enlisted the support of many people, those who are on location, those who would have contributed financially, and the call continues to go out. If you have time, this is just the first of many such occasions, because there is an edifice in mind, and this is just day one of many more days to come to make it happen, and it can only be done when all hands are on deck.
Well, there's no roof. There's no roof over on the building right now, and many persons pass and say that's a ruin. That has no use for anything. That's just a ruin right there you're looking at. But then look at what one person sees as something else. Somebody sees as a gold mine. So we have to see the benefit of vision and sight, the ability to see. Correct?
Yeah.
It is, yes.
Yes, it is a beautiful morning. It's quite warm. I would say that the temperature is on the warmer side.
That's why it is best to be inside, indoors,
and,
in the car.
But
because the sun is warm outside. It's much better to be.
I
I
was
know,
able to
I
see
know, I know.
my dust mask.
Awesome.
And certainly all hands are on deck here. And I will, say commendations to the Ebenezer family because certainly the turnout is good. And when we say all hands on deck and teamwork, I see people, women, and men together,
Working together,
uh,
yes.
working together and working towards a common goal.
Absolutely.
And it's something to see when you talk about it and you talk about teamwork, make the dream work. But when you actually see it in action, then that's another thing. Certainly, we say congratulations to the team here. Not only the members of Ebenezer, I see members from Berea, and they too are in building mode. And I know that persons from the Ebenezer team have certainly been a part of their work days that they have been having here. And so they have reciprocated the help that they received. They are certainly showing up. And, we say thank you to them. And it's good to see people working together.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know that Lady Elisa would have gone out, checked the temperature, literally, figuratively, to see what's going on. And so, having returned, she is certainly in a position to share with us what's going on. So we're going to be here for majority of the day. Again, the ask is if you can come on down, if it is that you have uh, tools, pickaxe, shovels, to come on down with it. And if you are unable to come and you can provide support financially, then we will certainly be sharing with you the banking details, both Cayman account and US account in short order. And I know that with God's help, as God continues to inspire his work, as we continue to execute what he desires of us, then we are guaranteed success.
That's definite. God is a faithful God, and He has promised that He will always be there for us, even in the you talk about mustard seed faith. I had a conversation with someone recently, and he was trying. I have mustard seed in my cupboard. They're very tiny, and I said, okay, if you could have a rice grain faith, like even rice grain, and that is small, then certainly we can move mountains. And the Manna Foundation, the Ebenezer team is showing what faith can do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we need to take the object lesson from this, that no matter what it is, as long as it is placed in God's hand, it becomes much.
Yes.
So it's about
Little is
trusting.
much when God is in it.
I'm ready for Curly Curran to break out in a song. Little is much, God is in it. Labor not for wealth or fame. There's a prize and you can win it.
Amen.
In Jesus' name. And certainly that's what's happening here.
Yes.
Little is much when
Yes.
God is in it indeed.
Indeed, we are having a good time this morning, and to having shared in this experience this morning, it is
Yeah.
it is heartwarming to see.
Yeah.
It speaks of the journey that you would be on, and
Yes.
God taking you through that journey. Where I'm just happy so much, and it shows that if you just simply, as we said before, the only time someone can fail is when you stop doing what you're doing.
That's right.
If you stop doing what you're doing and give up what you're doing, you will definitely not do anything more. You will definitely fail. But
Yes.
failure only comes through that. Keep going.
Mikey J, another song comes to my mind. Failure isn't final with the Father.
But then,
Take it away, Nick.
but here's the thing. To fail at something is to actually do something. The persons who feel actually did something. I listened to a story just this week of someone crying of spending thousands of dollars investing in a farming project. And investing in a project and going through so much to learn about it, and they have failed. And second time around, they have been robbed by persons who would have been taking care of the project, and they keep going on. And now the persons who are supposed to be where they're doing it, at least not lease them the land, but basically told them that they could use the property, and now telling them because of who they are hiring, they can't use the property anymore, and they have to come out after spending thousands of dollars. Now they have received a new property that they now can reside on for as long as they want. But one thing and what they also have is a wealth of information that they have learned over the last two failures to now invest in this time a better deal for themselves. So when you're going through these steps of struggling and doing stuff and you're failing at it and you're not doing so well at it, but you keep going at it and you're learning as you go, trust me, the next time around and while you continue, you will succeed, because now you have put all the pieces together. You are now the expert. You know how to make it work. Probably didn't know all the pieces before, So, Manna Foundation.
The truth is, Mikey G, is that if you learn from the experience,
yes,
then no longer is a failed experience. It would be a learning opportunity, and then it will propel you again, because you're focusing on what you would have learned. Then it means that it will give you the motivation to do it differently the next time. And again, it's about vision. If you know that this is what God requires of you, then no matter how many turns, no matter how many roadblocks, you know that you're going to get around them. We are still in the great controversy. We're still in this cosmic conflict. So whatever it is that the devil is going to put in our way, he is going to find all the reasons why it's not going to happen, and why it is that he should distract us, detract us, and deter us from doing it, from getting it done. Remember in the study this week where Daniel, from day one, Gabriel said to him, I was on my way with the response to your prayer. But 21 days later, having gotten help from Michael, Gabriel was now able to share with Daniel what he had asked in prayer. So sometimes it is not that God doesn't have the answer. It's just that Manna Foundation. It's just that there's a little delay, but we need to persevere. We need to continue holding on to our God, who has guaranteed us that success is ours. The song says failure isn't final with the Father.
No.
It isn't final. Again, it's just a stepping stone to build our resolve.
Yes.
That we will and we must, in God's time and in His strength, endure to the end.
All right, so when we come back, guys, there's much to talk about. We have some stuff to share with you, and we're going to just take a 5 minutes, a little break when we come back.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
All right, guys, welcome back. All right, we're here. All right, so we have much to talk about this morning. All right, take it away, Lady Elise. Let us have the conversation we are having with we are at the Manna Foundation location. I am in studio. Lady Elise and Coralie Karen is on location, and I am just here stuck Can't
in
move.
the stuck. But of course, you're stuck for a cause, and certainly we are happy to be able to share with our listeners and viewers certainly what's happening right here on site. And so we had a chance to catch up with Elder Rendon Timothy, and let's hear what he has to say.
Right here at
Kingswood Drive.
Kingsbury Drive, and joining me is Elder Renton Timothy. If you never knew, he has been piloting this church through some rough times.
Pretty rough.
During COVID, he managed to help us and keep us together as a leader. And I must ask him, I say congratulations on what I see happening today. And how do you feel seeing this happening right in front of your very eyes?
So yes, words can't really express the joy and satisfaction that I feel this morning to be able to break ground here at Manna Foundation. You know, God has been good to Ebenezer. God has kept his spot hidden behind the trees, and then at the right time he revealed it to us. And I know if you look around, you see pretty much all of Ebenezer members are here. In their bright greens and oranges, just excited to start this journey. We don't know how it's going to end, but we know that God has already ended it. And then it came back into our time, right? And you know that we have the ability to start. So we're excited to see where God will take us. And yeah, we encourage you to join us next time, right here at Kingswood Drive. One hand on deck, one hand on welcome. We don't discriminate on everything, we love everybody, especially your health.
And you know, I have to say, on behalf of the Ebenezer team and all of us, we want to say thank you. We want to say thank you to Elder Timothy.
Yes, no worries. We give God all the glory. Yeah? And Mikey, Flashpoint, big up to Mikey, big up to Flashpoint. You guys are doing a great job. And we'll let you know when we have our next week day so you can join us here.
All hands on deck.
Yes.
If you are listening live, there's still time to come down here and be a part of something great, something big, something historic.
God bless you.
Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen. The unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oddly, I can never stop enjoying hearing my name. I don't know about Mikey G, but the pronunciation is so on.
They got it right. He's the only one who could get your name pronounced properly, right?
Absolutely. But you know, getting back to where we are, we're at the Manna Foundation, and it is so heartwarming. People are still coming.
Yes,
People are still coming. And to see the children, I saw a child a while ago, you know? So it doesn't matter. This is a place for everybody. We're inviting persons to come on down. It's a groundbreaking in so many ways. It's not just breaking the physical ground, but it's seeing the team coming together, you know, regardless of what. It's ours, it's taking possession, it's ownership. And in order to do so is seeing that I have a part to play, and I'm putting myself out there, making sure I represent for something that is more than me, because we're talking about posterity. Generations hereafter will come and enjoy the fruits of what God would have allowed us to be a part of. So it's humbling, it's an awesome feeling, every time I see somebody new coming,
Yes,
I'm
I
like,
just saw an author, and of course, he's planned for work. But yes, we are to see
yes,
what's happening right here.
he's
And
coming
I'm
down.
telling you, it is a wonderful experience. I think words are simply not enough to express
Yes.
what we are experiencing right here in person at Kingsbird Drive, right here in Grand Cayman, where the Manna Foundation is experiencing or having their groundbreaking now. Manna Foundation, it seems to be a beacon of hope for the community and the Cayman Islands at large. And certainly, Flashpoint is happy to be a part of this. And as soon as we have all the information, we're going to share it in this description because I know persons want to contribute. This is day one. There's a lot more to go, and certainly we would want to see this project out to its completion, and to see where it started and to see where
Where
it's
it
going
will
to.
go when it comes to it. When you talk about persons coming in at various point of the day, it brings me back to I can't whenever I speak I only speak Bible. Everything that I know is linked to the Bible. For some unknown reason, it was not always so, but I find myself every situation have a story in the Bible that is related to my kitchen. And so when you said it a while ago about the time of the day, it tells about the story of when Jesus' parable talked about going out to find people at the early morning to get someone to come to work. Went out at noon because they need more workers, and of course in the afternoon 3 o'clock to get more workers. And of course each individual at the time would have agreed to a certain salary.
Yes.
The amount that you. So he says, I'm going to pay you, say, 300 US or $500 for your day today, when normally you would be paid like 100. And the person who got it 500 in the morning, the person at midday got 500, and they agreed, and the one at 3 o'clock got 500, and they agreed on it as well. Only the problem was, when the one who agreed for the money in the morning for $500, which would have been a $100 day work, he was upset that the one who came at 3 o'clock got the same $500 coming at 3 o'clock and said, Master, you're a dishonest man. And I wanted to bring that there. It shows, and you want to think about it. You have agreed, you got more than you deserve to get, and you're really happy. You are really happy to have it. Only time you were sad was when somebody else seems like get a better deal than you. Now we are looking at the man. We are looking. We are looking. We are looking at the man.
I will take from your story the part that there were people who were coming at all hours of the day to contribute and to participate. Because and the truth of it is, we're all going to benefit when this project is complete. So whether you were here at the beginning, some people will say, well, the beginning is 15 years ago.
Right.
Some will say that the 15 years, the beginning is today. So at different parts of the journey, at different juncture, there is some significance, and you can hear the pride and the joy from Rendon when he spoke about being in this moment. And so it is a legacy that the entire community is a part of, and importantly has to be a part of sustaining, so that the next generations and the others who will come after will understand the struggles that the team went through, and importantly that through those struggles our God continued to boil the spirits up, continued to keep them, so that they kept their eyes focused on the prize. And today is the beginning of the prize, and so it is an awesome day.
Amazing.
It is a day filled with excitement.
My heart is racing in my chest. It feels good. It feels so good.
and so again, it's to really, it's a moment of to pause to give God thanks for where He has brought the church, and it resounds that the church is triumphant and will continue to be so until the day of harvest. Make sure you're a part of it. Make sure you find your purpose in this. It's gonna happen.
I would say this to you.
Happen.
I would say this to you. It speaks of good leadership, church leadership, because there are many ministers who would have come and passed and go, but the core membership of the church, the teams, the women and men of the teams of the church, different aspects of the church, they coordinated well, and they did succeed to this point. Now Pastor O'Connor is the new pastor and has made it one more step in the direction of where we should go. And this is not a new, I want to say this to you, this is not a new journey. I remember when we all gathered in the upper room in the John Gray School in, I think it's Sister Sharon's classroom at the time. I'm not sure who was the teacher for that classroom at the time. And we all gathered in that room, and we had a spot of land right where the PPM office was on I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it as it is, on Crew Road. I went and looked at the property myself, did a comprehensive estimate for it, what it would cost to renovate and all of these things. Myself, they asked me to go down. Ella Renan called me and said, Mikey, could you go and take a look at this thing and let's see where we go. It's a lovely spot of land, I tell you. And I can tell you how poorly that was handled, not by the church, but by persons who did not see the vision at the time and allow it to slip through the finger. So Ebenezer has been at this thing. When that went through, I could see the sadness on the Ebenezer faces of membership. We were all saddened by that we didn't get.
I must, Mikey G, as Elder Rendon said, when he spoke, that God knows the end from the beginning.
Yes, He does.
We're disappointed because it looked like the right place at the right time. But looking down the line, God had another plan in store.
God has another plan.
So it's certainly a lesson for us to also embrace as individuals, because sometimes we experience disappointments and we would have made the best plans.
Yes.
And almost as if everything would have been clear and perfect and it would be the ideal situation, and then suddenly things just don't work out as planned.
I want to say this, ladies. I want to also add this right quickly. Pastor O'Connor, I'm going to just talk a little bit about Pastor O'Connor just for a short second. Is also responsible, was the pastor for the King's SDA Church.
Yes.
When they were worshiping in the school auditorium.
Yes.
And he is responsible also for the magnificent, what's the word? The current
Edifice.
That we now see.
Yeah.
Edifice. That we know. God knows how to line up His people, where to place them, when to place them.
Yes.
When. And so the when is now. And this has happened. I have no doubt that we are at the right spot, because this is a choice that God chose for us.
Amen.
That's all I got, guys. That's all.
Well, it's been such a wonderful experience here today, and certainly so many pearls of wisdom we can take away from what we are experiencing on the ground. And if you're having a situation that you don't see how things will be working out, I remember when Corey Karen mentioned to us that one of the basic necessities of life is shelter. And you might find yourself without a shelter personally, or without food, without clothing, those essential things that you know that you need, and you think that God somehow has forgotten you and the need that you have. Certainly the experience here by the Ebenezer brethren is one that we can take for our own selves today. So if you are pushing up that hill and you're knocking on that door 15 years, don't give up, because God has something big and beautiful for you. And so I want to say congratulations to every single person I see. One member from Kings walking by. Yes. So members from all different
Congregations.
congregations have come on board.
The Berea Church benefited also from the membership. I remember when Berea had a problem and we were going down by the goal. I want to say good morning to Sister Carol Gold and Elder Loxy Gold this morning. And we were part of that. I want to say good morning to also Elder Junior Samuels this morning. I want to shout him out as a hard-working man. He's right here, right now. I want to shout him out, as one of those men who, wherever the projects are, he's willing to give his time. And there are many like him. Kevin, Panka. I think Panka is on this project.
Yes, there.
And I want to shout out the guys, or Adra team leader.
Elder Kirk Lawrence is
I don't want to start calling names, guys, because it is going to get a little easy. Ricky, I don't know if Ricky is there already, but like I said, I'm stuck in studio here. I have to just call it as I know. And I just can just get the names coming in my head and as they're moving along. I want to say thanks to all the people who turned out this morning for this work day. And of course, God is totally blessing this one. And of course, Flashpoint, thank you Team Flashpoint for covering this leg of the journey on behalf of the Flashpoint team and the whole team Flashpoint. All those who are not seen right now, I want to say thank you, on behalf of all of us. Alright, Lady Elise, take us out. Let's go. Lady Curly Curry. I think it's time for us to leave.
Yes. Go right ahead.
I know it is two persons.
You guys plan to sing? And go ahead and sing now, man.
Yeah, so sing, start now, Lady Elise. I will sing. I'll back you up.
She's forgetting what we practiced. She is the leader on this.
And then she woke up and realized that the reality is so different.
So I will say to our listeners or viewers, thank you for joining us on this wonderful episode of the Breakfast Hour, one like none other, and it is one that will go down in history. So persons will look back and they will see that Flashpoint was also here at the inception of Manna Foundation and the groundbreaking. Congratulations to the team, the hard-working, every single member. Everyone that is pulling a broom, lifting up a straw, those who are here lending psychological support. There are persons who have just come and they probably can't stay, but they have come in support. Thank you, everyone. And remember, we're going to share how you can contribute if you have any tangible offerings that you want to make to the Manna Foundation. We'll certainly share that information. So thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you, Team Flashpoint. Thank you, Coralie, Karen, and Mikey G. It's been a wonderful morning.
Alright guys, of course, thank you also for joining us live, all our listeners and viewers this morning who are joining us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, radio, www.flashpointmedia.ky. Of course, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button, of course, that every time one of these programs comes up, you are able to get it first. Guys, today has been an exceptionally wonderful morning and a great morning start, and I know it's going to be a great day. I want to thank you all for joining. Keep link right here. Continue to enjoy the radio. We continue all day. Of course, Lady Curly, Karen, and Lady Elise will be on spot all day today to capture more audio and videos of what's going on. I think they're going to get their hands all dirty too, because I think they have the dust mask on and the gloves. You getting the gloves yet? You got to get some gloves as well. So let's do that. Right? Have Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. When we bring some of those highlights for you right here on the Breakfast Hour. Have a wonderful day. God bless.
Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine. Your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, it will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours Are we part of this circus? Is it innate? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter? Or is this our fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, it will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours
You're listening to Flashpoint, the family radio.